Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ian with Any Given Sunday Fantasy Football League Year 4. And what we're doing here today is I'm going to randomize the names of everybody in the league. And what we're going to do so that everybody gets a fair shot on their draft choice is I'm going to randomize the list. And the names are going to come down in a random order. And that person from top to bottom gets to pick what draft pick they want, based on what's there when their name comes up. So if you got the first pick, if your name is first on the list and you say you want the first pick, well, you'll get the first pick. And the second person will have every pick on the board except, obviously the first one. So from second to last. So if they say, hey, I want to draft from the last spot, they'll have a chance to draft from the last spot instead of us doing it completely random. Keep in mind that the draft is an important part of your fantasy football year, but it isn't gonna make or break your season unless you just go in and draft ridiculously. Everybody gets the same amount of picks. It's just I know some people would rather draft from one spot, than the other. And randomizing it, it's fine just giving anybody a random draft pick or whatnot, but I think this is better to let you pick, where you draft from, because it's still random to a certain point, but I feel like it gives you a little bit more control over what you're doing versus then saying, okay, here you're gonna draft from the number 5 spot, and you just have to deal with it. It will be like that for some people that end up on the lower half of the list, but again, it's all completely random. So I just think it's a little bit funner this way, and it makes it a little bit more competitive by doing it this way. So I know you guys probably can't see the screen good, but I just want to kind of do this to let y'all see that everything I'm doing here is fair. So we have 10 teams in the league. We got my team, No Surrender, No Defeat, and I'll be the owner, Ian. We got Iron Man C, controlled by Joseph. We got the Solid Snakes, controlled by Emmett. We got Team Bradford, controlled by Jason. And we have teams 5, 6, 7, 8, controlled by Rick, Jr., Neil, and Ramos, respectively. We're still waiting on them to accept their invites. And we have Going for 2, controlled by Gary. And we also have 7 Fallouts, 7, controlled by Jacob. So I'm gonna go over here to random and enter in all our names. And we got Joe. We got M. We got Jason, Rick, Neil, JR, Chris, Gary, and Jacob. Okay, so I just typed all the names in right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit randomize. That's the button that's highlighted blue right there. Okay, so here goes the order. It's gonna be Chris, M, Rick, Neil, Jason, Joe. I'll be the 7th person picking which spot they want. Gary is at 8, Jacob is at 9, and JR is at 10. So Chris Ramos, the ball is in your hand. You need to go into the Facebook group. I'm gonna make this a post on there, and you need to tell us, what spot that you want, and then after that, it'll be on Emmett, Rick, Neil, so forth and so forth, and we'll just keep track of this on the Facebook group. Also, I want you guys to go in and look at the scoring on ESPN.com and look at the scoring and see how I have it set up. The thing about the scoring is I added a few things here and there, and this is a points per reception league, so keep that in mind when you're setting up your draft boards and whatnot, and considering what positions and what players are going to be more valuable than others, because it's pretty much like a traditional scoring that you will see on fantasy football leagues. But me personally, I like to add a couple of elements to it or whatnot. It's not anything crazy, such as you get 25 kick or punt yard returns. You're gonna get a point for that. So that might give a player a little bit more value on your draft board than he previously had, because he's gonna be able to get you points for kickoff and punt returns as well. So keep that in mind. And the other things that I changed is just like you're gonna get bonuses for, you know, your player passing for over 300 yards, or, you know, your player rushing for over 150 yards. You're gonna get a lot of extra point bonus, you know, for that. It's just one single point, but you know, it does make a difference as to how you may want to look at your draft board. So do that as well. And I think that's pretty much it for this update. Just remember, the draft is September the 1st. If anybody has any problems with that, please get with me ASAP so we can make any accommodations, and you know, I can try to work something out with you. All right, thank you.